Have you ever opened your phone and realized that there's no one really want to text? Not because people don't exist, but because it feels like no one truly feels like your person. If this feels familiar, stay with me for a few minutes. A lot of people think that those who have no close friends are cold or bad at social skills. But the truth is, most of them are actually very good with people. They just don't know how to fully show themselves in a relationship. You talk, you smile, you listen, but somewhere inside, you always keep a little distance. And slowly you start telling yourself, I don't really need anyone. Even though deep down, you know that's not completely true. Psychology says something very important. The brain cares more about safety than happiness. If getting close to people once made you feel ignored or not important or loved only with conditions, your brain remembers that. Not as a clear memory, but as a reaction. That's why sometimes, even when nothing bad is happening, you suddenly feel the need to pull away. What matters is this. It's not a personality flaw. It's just a brain that once had to protect itself by being alone. Your brain learned attachment equals danger. So even when there is no real danger, the old alarm still turns on. That's why you may want connection and fear at the same time. That's not a contradiction. That's a learned response. See if any of these sound like you. You're fine in groups, but you don't get very close. You rarely text first, because you don't want to bother anyone. When someone gets too close, you feel an invisible pressure and start pulling back. You keep your deep feelings inside because you're used to handling things on your own. If even one of these feels familiar, you're not alone. First, notice. You don't need to change overnight. Real change starts with very small moments that happen again and again. The next time you want to text someone but stop yourself, just notice that moment. No judging, no blaming. Or when someone asks how you are and you want to say, I'm fine, out of habit, try saying something a little more real, even if it's very short. You don't need to explain everything. Closeness is not built with long speeches. It's built with small honesty. Another important step is how you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, I'm just someone who's good at being alone, try saying, I'm still learning how to be close. And remember this. Healthy connection doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being present. Some people are not lonely because they are unlovable. They are lonely because they had to grow strong too early. You learned how to handle everything on your own, to stay quiet, to expect less. But this skill was never meant to make your life smaller forever. You're not broken. You're not late. You're not behind. You just learned to confuse safety with being alone. And here's the good news. The human brain is flexible. The same brain that learned distance can learn closeness again. Connection is not a sudden miracle. It's a slow path made of small steps. If any part of this felt like you, write in the comments which part hit you the most. Send this video to someone who always seems calm, but you know their mind is busy. And if you want psychology explained in a real way, stay here.